This is part 5 of the Mid-Atlantic section. Winterthur Garden and Enchanted Woods. Many people visit Winterthur, the lavish former home of Henry Francis Dupont in northern Delaware, to see its collection of art and antiques and its elaborate formal gardens. Most popular with families, however, is the Enchanted Woods, a 3-acre fairy tale garden. Children delight in the legend that fairies brought broken stones, old columns, crumbling minestones, and cast-off balustrades to this hilltop area to create a magical place. The Tulip Tree House is located in a hollow tree that leads to the fairy cottage, which, with its stone walls and thatched roof, is right out of a storybook. Nearby, a giant egg-filled bird's nest, large enough for children to climb into, is woven out of sticks. Children also enjoy the estate's Touch-It room, an imaginative play area with a child-sized parlor, a small general store, and an area featuring old-fashioned toys. The 60-acre Winterthur Garden offers a number of beautiful former gardens to meander through. Good Lord. Okay, there's a picture of the fairy gardens, and there's the little camera thing that shows that it's good for children. Baltimore Inner Harbor. Baltimore calls itself the greatest city in America, and although some might dispute that, a visit shows why Charm City has every right to burst with pride. Baltimore's showpiece is its fantastic inner harbor. Not long ago, the city's harbor could have served as Urban Decay's Exhibit A. Then, beginning in the early 1960s, a succession of the city administrators focused on rehabilitating the old waterfront. They succeeded beyond anyone's wildest dreams, luring many top-notch attractions. These range from the Baltimore Orioles' new yet classic Camden Yards ballpark to the National Aquarium, the Maryland Science Center, Port Discovery for Kids, the Baltimore Maritime Museum, the Baltimore Civil War Museum, the Civil War-era USS Constellation, the Navy's last all-sail warship, and much more. The Inner Harbor satisfies trend seekers too. Shopping centers, such as the groundbreaking Harbor Place, which occupies 275,000 square feet in 2 pavilions, ensure plenty of retail bliss is found. Baltimore Inner Harbor is also home to the tall ships, and the best way to see them is the tall ship tour. Another must-see is the top of the World Observation Level on the 27th floor of Baltimore's World Trade Center. The last Civil War vessel remains afloat. The USS Constellation is on display for visitors to tour in Baltimore's Inner Harbor. More than 200,000 people have toured the historic ship since 1999. There's a picture of the very large ship. The Maryland Academy of Sciences houses the museums of Inner Harbor, including the venerable Maryland Science Center, the state's oldest scientific institution. Children will enjoy its kids' room and many other hands-on activities. There's a picture of what it was just talking about. National Aquarium. The National Aquarium on the end of Baltimore's Pier 3 anchors Baltimore's Inner Harbor. The huge attraction has more than 17,000 fish and other creatures on display. Not to be missed are its Dolphin Discovery exhibit, which hosts a colony of bottlenose dolphins, and the 4D immersion films. The Atlantic Coral Reef exhibit is a 355,000-gallon tank that surrounds you with hundreds of tropical fish swimming around the world's most accurate fabricated coral reef. The Tropical Rainforest exhibit includes endangered animals such as poison dart frogs and the scarlet ibis, while Jelly's Invasion allows you to see these mysterious translucent animals. The Shark Alley gives you an up-close and personal look at large sharks. There is a picture of some of the aquariums, or one of the aquariums exhibit. Assateague Island. Off the coast of Maryland and Virginia is an island with endless white sand beaches sparkling in the sunshine. Assateague Island is 37 miles long and is populated with wild horses that have galloped along the beach since the 1600s. The surf is gentle and stripers, bluefish, weakfish, and kingfish are plentiful. Ostigi Island is a barrier island, so it has an oceanside, a bay, and an interior. The center of the island is a bird watcher's paradise of ponds and marshes, home to wintering snow geese, green-winged teal, northern pintail, American widgeon, buffalo head, red-breasted merganser, bald eagles, ospreys, red-tailed hawks, crestals, and merlins. 3 stunning public parks share the island's 39,727 acres. Maryland's Osteges State Park, Osteges Island National Seashore, and mainly on the Virginia side, Chincoteague National Wildlife Refuge, which has 14,000 acres of pristine forest, marsh, dunes, and beaches. The horses of Oshatiki are descendants of domestic horses that reverted back to the wild. They are only about 12 to 13 hands tall, the size of ponies. And there's a picture of the horses. Annapolis. Think Annapolis, Maryland, and all things nautical come to mind. First settled in 1649, the city soon became an important colonial exporter. But after the Revolutionary War, shipping moved to the port of Baltimore, and Annapolis's business shifted to small boat harvesting of oysters, crabs, and fish from the shallow waters of Chesapeake Bay. Today, the town is known as the sailing capital of America and home to the U.S. Naval Academy. Sailing is definitely a favorite pastime for Annapolis residents, and many major national and international sailing events, as well as weekly racing events for the locals, take place in the bay. Schooners, sailing sloops, and cruise boats offer a variety of trips, narrated tours, and even Sunday brunch. You can also take a guided kayak tour of downtown Annapolis or paddle alone on the many creeks that feed the bay. There are even sailing schools that feature family programs. Annapolis Harbor is a fascinating place for entire families to explore and is sure to spark the imagination of fledgling sailors. And there's a picture of a ship on the bay.